What if the real secret to success wasn't talent or luck, but something much simpler? What if the difference between those who win and those who quit came down to one invisible habit? And what if I told you that habit is something anyone can master, if they're willing to commit? Most people crave the rewards of success, but few are willing to pay the price. And that price is consistency, showing up every single day and doing the work that needs to be done. It's about staying steady in your effort, attitude, and commitment to your goals. Let me ask you something. How many of you have started a new diet or workout plan full of excitement? Now, how many kept it going for more than a few weeks? Not so many, right? That's because consistency is hard. It's not glamorous. It doesn't give you that instant rush of satisfaction like starting something new. But here's the truth. Consistency is where the magic happens. Think about the Grand Canyon. It wasn't created overnight. The Colorado River carved it, drop by drop, day after day, for millions of years. That's the power of consistency. Your success works the same way. Every small action you take, every good habit you repeat, every challenge you overcome, they all add up over time. But here's the catch. You rarely see the progress as it happens. Just like you can't watch a child grow taller by staring at them, you often can't see your own growth day by day. That's why so many people give up. They don't see results fast enough and assume it's not working. But successful people, they understand. They trust the process. They believe the results will come if they stay consistent. Let me share a story. There was once a man who wanted to get fit. He didn't aim for 100 push-ups a day. He started with just one, every single day, without fail. After a week, he did 2, then 3 the next week. Slowly, consistently, he built strength and discipline. At first, he saw little change, not after a week, not even after a month. But after a year, he was doing over 50 push-ups a day. 2 years later, he surpassed 100. His body had transformed, yes, but something even greater had happened. He had built an unshakable habit, the discipline of consistency. He proved to himself that he could commit and follow through, day after day. That's the true power of consistency. It's not about giant leaps. It's about small, steady steps over time. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, Jim, that sounds boring. It sounds like a grind. And you know what? Sometimes it is. Success isn't always thrilling or fun, but the satisfaction of achieving your goals, of becoming who you're meant to be, is worth every bit of the struggle. Because success isn't a destination, it's a lifestyle. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed even when you don't feel like it, even when no one else believes in you. Think about any successful person you admire. Do you think they woke up one day at the top of their field? Of course not. They got there through consistent effort, consistent learning, and constant improvement. Take Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors in history. He didn't rely on luck. He consistently studied, analyzed, and made wise decisions over decades. Or Serena Williams. She didn't just appear at Wimbledon and win. She practiced relentlessly, refined her skills, and pushed herself year after year. That's what success demands. It demands consistency. Now think about your own life. What areas do you want to improve? What goals are you trying to reach? Maybe it's starting a business, losing weight, or learning a new skill. Whatever it is, ask yourself honestly, am I being consistent in my effort? Because here's the truth. Working hard once in a while isn't enough. Being motivated only when it feels convenient isn't enough. Success demands daily effort. It requires you to show up, even when there's no visible progress yet. Imagine you're trying to fill a large bucket with water. If you pour in a gallon, then wait a week, and pour another gallon the next, how long will it take to fill? But if you let a steady trickle flow continuously, it might look slow at first, yet over time, that steady stream will fill the bucket much faster. That's how consistency works. Small, steady actions beat big, inconsistent efforts every time. Now, some of you might say, Jim, I've tried being consistent before. I start strong, but lose motivation. That's a fair point. And here's the key. Consistency isn't about motivation. Motivation fades. It comes and goes. If you depend on it, you'll fail the moment it disappears. True consistency is built on discipline, creating systems and habits that move you forward no matter how you feel. Start small. Don't try to overhaul your life overnight. Choose one area, one habit to improve, and focus there. Make it so simple you can't fail. Remember the push-up story? Start with one. The goal is to make consistency effortless. Second, build a routine. The human brain thrives on structure. Routines save energy, reduce decision fatigue, and help you stay on track automatically. Make it easier to build consistency by attaching your new habit to an existing routine. For example, if you want to read more, decide to read for just 5 minutes right after brushing your teeth each morning. Linking it to something you already do helps you remember and stick with it. Next, track your progress. There's something powerful about seeing your consistency grow. It can be as simple as marking an X on a calendar each day you complete your habit. Watching that chain of marks extend becomes a visual reminder that motivates you to keep going. Fourth, prepare for obstacles. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. Life will always test you. Maybe you're trying to eat healthy but get invited to a dinner party. If you've planned ahead, you're more likely to stay on track, even when things don't go as expected. Fifth, celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Did you keep your new habit for a week? Celebrate. 2 weeks? Celebrate again. Recognizing and rewarding your consistency reinforces the behavior and makes it easier to sustain. And finally, remember why you started. Connect your daily actions to your larger vision. When you feel tempted to skip a day, remind yourself who you're becoming and what you're working toward. Now, let's talk about another key part of consistency: consistent learning. The world changes faster than ever. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. That's why successful people are constant learners, always reading, studying, and refining their skills. They know that if you're not growing, you're falling behind. So I challenge you. Commit to consistent learning. Read a book each month. Take a course every quarter. Attend at least one seminar or workshop a year. Make learning a non-negotiable part of your life. Because here's the beautiful truth. When you learn consistently, your growth compounds. Knowledge compounds over time. Every new idea or skill builds upon what you already know, like compound interest for the mind. The more you learn, the easier it becomes to learn even more. But remember, it's not just about collecting information. Knowledge without action is like owning a library and never opening a single book. So as you keep learning, look for ways to apply what you know. Use it in your work, in your relationships, in your growth. Because applied knowledge is where transformation begins. Now, let's talk about another area where consistency truly matters: your relationships. Success isn't only about achievements. It's also about the quality of your connections. And great relationships don't just happen. They require consistent care, attention, and effort. Think about the people who matter most. Your spouse, your children, your closest friends. Are you consistently investing time in them? Are you showing up, listening, and expressing gratitude? Or are you assuming they'll always be there, even when you neglect them? Relationships are like plants. They need regular care to thrive. You can't water a plant once a month and expect it to flourish. In the same way, you can't ignore your relationships for weeks and then make up for it with one grand gesture. Real connection grows through small, consistent acts of love, kindness, and respect. And here's the truth. This kind of consistency doesn't just enrich your personal life. It strengthens your success in every area. Why? Because no one succeeds alone. We all need support, encouragement, and sometimes a helping hand. When you invest in your relationships, you build a network of people who lift you up, who celebrate your wins, and who stand by you when things get tough. So I challenge you, be as consistent in nurturing your relationships as you are in chasing your goals. Make it a priority, not an afterthought. Make it a priority to stay connected with the people who matter most. It doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe it's a daily text, a weekly call, or a monthly dinner. Whatever form it takes, the key is to do it consistently. Now, let's move to another crucial aspect of consistency: self-reflection and adjustment. True consistency doesn't mean rigidity. It's not about doing the same thing over and over, ignoring the results. Real consistency means committing to growth, and that requires regular evaluation and refinement. Successful people constantly ask themselves tough questions. Am I moving in the right direction? Are my actions aligned with my goals? What's working and what needs to change? They don't wait for a crisis or a once-a-year review to think about these things. They reflect consistently, often daily or weekly. This habit of self-reflection helps them catch small issues before they become big ones. It allows them to identify new opportunities, correct course when needed, and stay aligned with their long-term vision. So, I encourage you to make reflection part of your routine. It could be 5 minutes each night to review what went well and what could improve, or a weekly check-in to assess your progress and plan ahead. Whatever format you choose, stay consistent with it. Because here's the truth. The person who regularly reflects and adjusts will always outperform the one who simply goes through the motions, no matter how hard that person works. Now, let's address one of the biggest barriers to consistency, the desire for perfection. Many people let perfectionism destroy their progress. They tell themselves, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. But here's the reality. Perfection is the enemy of consistency. If you keep waiting for perfect conditions or flawless execution, you'll never begin. Perfectionists rarely act at all. And the truth is, inconsistent perfection will never outperform consistent good enough. Think about it. What creates real results? Exercising 15 minutes a day or an hour once a month? Writing 500 words daily or 10,000 every few months? The answer is clear. Consistent, imperfect action always wins in the long run. So I challenge you. Embrace imperfection. Be willing to do things imperfectly as long as you keep doing them. Because consistency beats perfection every single time. Now, let's talk about another essential part of lasting success: consistent integrity. Success without integrity isn't real success. It's a house built on sand, ready to collapse at the first storm. Integrity means being true to your values, your words, and your actions. It means doing what's right even when no one's watching. It means keeping your promises, both to others and to yourself. True success isn't only about what you achieve. It's about who you become along the way. And consistent integrity shapes you into someone you can respect and someone others can trust. Think about the people you truly admire. Are they just successful? Or are they respected because of their character, honesty, and reliability? Chances are, it's their integrity that sets them apart. So I challenge you again. Be consistent in your ethics, your honesty, and your commitments. Build your success on integrity, because that's the kind of success that lasts a lifetime. One of the biggest challenges to consistency is the fear of boredom. Many people resist being consistent because they believe it will make their lives dull and repetitive. They crave excitement, variety, and the thrill of something new. But what they don't realize is that true consistency doesn't create boredom. It creates mastery. And mastery is never boring. Think about a master musician. They might play the same scales, the same exercises, day after day, year after year. To an outsider, that might look tedious. But to the musician, every session brings discovery, a new nuance, a subtle improvement, a deeper connection to their art. The same applies to any field. When you commit to consistency, you begin to see details others overlook. You notice patterns, refine your skills, and start operating at a higher level. That's where real excitement lives. In the process of mastery. And here's another truth. Consistency in your core habits doesn't trap you in monotony. In fact, it gives you freedom. When you stay consistent with your priorities, you free up time and energy for creativity, new experiences, and adventure. So don't fear boredom. Embrace the excitement that comes from progress and mastery. Now, let's talk about something that fuels consistency: patience. In today's world of instant gratification, patience is a rare virtue. We want results fast, but success doesn't work that way. True and lasting success takes time. It demands that you keep going, stay steady, and trust the process, even when results aren't visible yet. Patience is about trusting the process, believing that your consistent efforts will eventually pay off. Think about planting a tree. You place the seed in the soil, water it daily, and make sure it gets sunlight. Yet for weeks, nothing seems to happen above the ground. Does that mean nothing's happening? Of course not. Beneath the surface, the seed is growing roots, gathering strength, and preparing to break through. Your success works the same way. You may not see immediate results, but beneath the surface, you're developing skills, building habits, and gaining experience. You're laying the foundation for long-term success. So be patient. Trust the process. Keep showing up, keep working, and stay consistent. Because one day, just like that tree emerging from the soil, your growth will become visible for everyone to see. Now, let's clear up a common misconception about consistency. Some people think being consistent means never changing or trying new things. But that's not true. Consistency isn't rigidity. It's reliable progress toward your goals. Sometimes being consistent means being consistently flexible. It means regularly evaluating your methods, adjusting what doesn't work, and seeking smarter ways to move forward. Think of successful companies. They don't repeat the same strategies year after year. They evolve, innovate, and adapt to change. Yet they remain consistent in their core values, in their commitment to excellence, and in serving their customers. The same applies to your life. Stay consistent in your goals, your values, and your growth, but don't be afraid to adjust your approach as you learn. Remember, the goal of consistency is progress, not stagnation. Keep moving forward, even if that means changing direction along the way. Now, let's explore another key to success: the power of consistent habits. Our lives are shaped by the small, often unconscious actions we repeat every day. Our lives are built on daily habits, and the beauty of habits is that once they're formed, they require little willpower to maintain. That's why successful people invest their energy in building consistent, positive routines. They know that when the right actions become automatic, success becomes almost inevitable. Think about it. If you make reading for 30 minutes a day a habit, that adds up to over 180 hours in a year, equal to a full college course. If you save just 10% of your income consistently, you'll build real financial security. And if you exercise for 15 minutes a day, that's more than 90 hours of activity in a year. Small actions might seem insignificant day to day, but over time, they create extraordinary results. So I challenge you, identify the habits that will move you closer to your goals. Maybe it's a morning routine that sharpens your focus, or the simple act of reaching out to one new client every day. Whatever it is, start small. Make it so easy that you can't say no. Then repeat it daily until it becomes second nature, as natural as brushing your teeth. Because once you master consistent habits, your success begins to run on autopilot. But there's something that often threatens your consistency: the influence of others. Not everyone will understand or support your commitment to growth. Some might even discourage you, consciously or not. Maybe it's friends tempting you away from healthy choices, family members questioning your dedication, or coworkers mocking your discipline. Here's the truth: your consistency isn't for them. It's for you. It's for your dreams, your goals, your future self. That's why you must stay strong. Stay consistent in your choices, your actions, and your vision. Always choose long-term success over short-term approval. Surround yourself with people who support your goals and respect your commitment to consistency. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose wisely. Spend your time with those who inspire you, challenge you to grow, and respect your dedication to steady progress. Now, let's talk about how consistency builds trust and credibility. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an employee, or a leader, your success depends heavily on the trust others place in you. And trust is earned through consistency. Think about it. Would you rely on someone who's dependable only sometimes, or who delivers quality work only occasionally? Of course not. We trust people who consistently keep their word, deliver results, and treat others with respect. The same applies in business. Customers don't stay loyal to companies that offer great service once in a while. They return to those that consistently meet or exceed expectations. So, if you want long-term success and a strong reputation, focus on being reliable every single day. Be consistently professional, consistently excellent, and consistently true to your values. Because consistency builds trust, and trust builds success. As we near the end of our time together, there's one last element of consistency that matters most: your mindset. Success isn't only about consistent actions, it's also about consistent thoughts and attitudes. High achievers maintain a steady, growth-oriented mindset. They consistently choose belief over doubt, perseverance over fear, and progress over perfection. They consistently believe in their ability to learn, improve, and overcome challenges. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. That doesn't mean they're never discouraged or frustrated. It means they consistently choose to focus on solutions rather than problems, on possibilities rather than limitations. So I challenge you, stay consistent in your optimism. Be consistent in your belief in yourself and your goals. View every challenge as a stepping stone for growth. Because here's the truth: your mindset shapes your reality. If you consistently think like a successful person, if you see yourself as capable and worthy, you'll naturally take the actions that lead to success. As we close, remember this: success is never a matter of chance. It's not luck, talent, or circumstances. Success is a matter of choice, the choice to stay consistent, the choice to show up, to put in the work, and to pursue your goals even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when results aren't immediate. It's the choice to keep learning, improving, and pushing beyond your comfort zone, to maintain integrity, nurture relationships, and keep adding value to others. It's the decision to believe in yourself and your dreams, even when no one else does. And here's the beautiful thing. That choice is yours to make, right here, right now. You can decide today to commit to consistency, not just for a day or a week, but for the long haul. So ask yourself, will you make that choice? Will you stay consistent in your journey toward greatness? Because if you do, if you truly embrace the power of consistency, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Success demands consistency, and consistency demands a decision. Make that decision today, and watch your life transform one day, one action, one success at a time. Thank you for watching. I wish you health, happiness, and success. And don't forget to subscribe to Mindset Daily for more inspiration like this.